Hello friends, welcome to English Minds. Today we will discuss on university novel, academic novel and campus novel, a key topic in literary studies, especially for all competitive exam. These novels are set in academic institutions like universities, colleges and schools and explore themes such as intellectual life, faculty, politics, student experiences, and social issues in academic setting. Novel that focus on university life, including the experience of professors, researchers, and students in higher education. Luckism 1944 by Kingsley Amis, a comic novel about a young history professor struggling in academia. Academic novels that explores intellectual and scholarly life, often focusing on faculty members, research and academic politics. Possession by A.S. Bett, 1990, a novel about literary scholars discovering a secret love story between poets. Campus novels set in school, college, or in universities depicting the lives of both students and faculty. Example Changing Places, 1975 by David Lodge, a novel about an academic exchange between British and American professor. University novel focus on university life, professors, students, administrations. Academic novel focus on intellectual pursuit, research, scholarly debate, faculty struggles. Campus novel broader category covering both student and teachers in educational institutions. Faculty politics, power struggle, conflict between professors, departments, and university administration. The History Man, 1975 by Malcolm Badbury, a satire on radical left wing sociology professor. Student life coming of age explores youth relationships, identity crisis, and academic pressure. The Rules of Attraction, 1987, by Bret Easton Ellis, a dark portrayal of college students' life. Satire on academia. Many universities' novels are comic and satirical, mocking the pretentiousness of intellectuals. Example Straight Man 1997 by Richard Russo, a humorous look at faculty politics. Role of women in academia. Many novel explores the challenges faced by female scholars in male-dominated universities. Example Moo 1995 by Jane Smiley, a satirical novel set in a Midwestern American university. The influence of postmodernism. Some novels experiment with literary theory, metafiction, and intertextuality. Small World, 1984 by David Lodge, satirizes an academic world of literary conferences. British campus novel Lucky Jim, 1954, Kingsley Amis, comic take on university life. The History Man, 1975, Malcolm Badbury, satirical view of radical politics in academia. Changing Places, 1974, David Lodge, academic exchange between Britain and America. Nice Work, 1988, David Lodge, corporate versus academic world. American campus novel Straight Man 1997 Richard Russo satirical take on university faculty politics. The Rule of Attraction 1987 Bret Easton Ellis dark portrayal of college student life. Wonder Boys 1995 Michael Cabin, a professor struggling with writer's block. White Noise 1990, 1985 Don DeLillo, satire on academia and media culture. Women in and Academia, Mo At 1995, Jane Smiley, satire on a large university on beauty 2005, Zadie Smith, inspired by E.M. Foster's Howard and examines race and academia. Possession 1990 A.S. Bet Literary Scholars Investigation a Historical Mystery. Dear Committee Members 2014 Julie Epistolary Novel about academic life. Power Struggle Satire Gender Postmodernism. Author Kingsley Amis, David Lodge, Malcolm Barbary, Richard Russo, Jane Smiley, Zadie Smith. Notable university novels, academic novels, and campus novel provide a deep insight into the humor, satire, struggle, and politics of academic life. From a comic misadventures of professors of students' experience in elite universities, these novels critically examine the power dynamics and academia. These novels depicts university life, academic politics, and student experiences. Faculty struggle, satire, gender issue, students' life, postmodernism. Major British authors Kingsley Amis, David Lodge, Malcolm Barbary. Major American authors Richard Russo, Don Lelilo, Michael Cabin. Women in Academia Jane Smiley, Jadie Smith, Julie. Let's begin. Practice session. I hope you are a serious applicant. Please ensure you have a pen paper ready to take notes or complete your assessment accurately. Let's start. Which of the following is considered the first of major campus novel? Option A Lucky Jim by Kingsley Amis in 1954. It's considered the first major campus novel satirizing academic novel in post-war Britain. Who coined the term campus novel? Option D Richard Russo. No. Option B Malcolm Bradbury. Though the term campus novel was widely used, Malcolm Bradbury helped popularize it with his works. Which of the following novel is not part of David Lodge campus trilogy? Option D The History Man. Lodge trilogy includes Changing Places, Small World, and Nice Work. The History Man was written by Malcolm Bradbury. Which novel satirized academic life at a provincial universities? Option C Lucky Jim. This novel humorously critiques the struggle of a junior lecturer in a dull provincial universities. Which of the following is a comic campus novel? Option B Changing Places by David Lodge. Changing Places 1975 humorously explores the academic changing exchange between an American and British professor. In which novel does an American professor exchange places with a British professor? Option B Changing Places. The novel features an academic swap between Maurice Japp, USA, and Philip Swallow, UK. Who is the protagonist of Malcolm Bradbury, the history man? Option B, Howard Kirk. Howard Kirk is a radical leftist sociology professor representing in 1970 academic elite. Which novel follows the struggle of a history lecturer at a provincial university? Option A, Lucky Jim. Jim Dixon, the protagonist, is a history lecturer trying to navigate the academic world. Which of the following novel focuses on rivalry among literary scholars? Option A, Possession by A.S. Bett. Which American campus novel follow the struggle of an English professor named William Henry Divergux? Option A, Straight Man by Richard Russo. This novel humorously depicts the life of an English professor caught in administrative chaos. Which novel explores industrial academic relations in the Taker era? Option B, Nice Work. The novel critiques the divide between academia and industries during teachers' Thackeray's Britain. Which novel is set in a fictional university named Euphoric State University? Option B, The Lecturer Tales. This satire focuses on academic power, struggle, and supernatural elements. This satirical novel follows the radical Marxist professor Howard Kirk. Option B, The History Man. Howard Kirk is a sociology professor and a manipulative radical intellectual. Which David Lodge novel explores structuralism and postmodernism in academia? Option B, Small World. The novel humorously satirizes the academic conference circuit and literary theory. Who wrote Wonder Boys, a novel about a struggling professor and writer? Option B, Michael Chabon. In which novel does a university lecturer lose his job and turn to blackmail? Option A, The Lecturer Tales by James Hennis. The protagonist gains supernatural abilities but uses it for academic power struggle. Which fictional university appears in David Lodge novels? Option A, Rumage University. Which novel follows an American professor middle midlife crisis in England? Option A, Changing Places. The exchange between an American and British professor triggers existential crisis. Who wrote Own Beauty, a novel influenced by Howard End? Option B, Zadie Smith. On Beauty explores racial and academic tensions at an elite university. What is the central theme of Possession by A.S. Beck? Option A, campus politics. Option B, a literary misery. Option B, a literary misery. The novel follows two scholars uncovering hidden literary history. This novel is set in a fictional Ivy League university and focuses on identity politics. Option B, Straight Man by Richard Russo. Straight Man is a satirical novel about an English department chair at a struggling university. It focuses on identity politics and campus life. This novel portrays a failing English department in a small American college. Option B, Straight Man, Richard Russo. This novel is set in a small failing American college and centers around the chaos in an English department. In the lecturer tells what supernatural abilities does the protagonist acquire? Option B, the ability to control people through touch. Option C, invisibility. Option C is right answer. In the lecturer tale, the protagonist, an unremarkable professor, gains the ability to become invisible. Porterhouse Blue satirizes which educational institutions? Option B, British boarding schools. Porterhouse Blue by Tom Sharp as is a satire of British university life, particularly focusing on the fictional Porterhouse College. Who wrote White Noise, a satirical take on academia and media culture? Option A, Don DeLillo. White Noise by Don DeLillo explores the impact of media culture on academia and personal lives. This novel features a university embroiled in protests and political intrigue. Option A, The History Man by Malcolm Bradbury. The novel is set in a British university embroiled in political protest and ideological battles. In which novel does a professor steal a rare manuscript? Option A, Possession, A.S. Beck. Which novel follows the rivalry between two feminist scholars? Option C, Dear Committee Members by Julie. This novel features a rivalry between two feminist scholars set in the context of academia. Which American campus novel focuses on the struggles of a failing creative writing professor? Option B, Wonder Boys by Michael Cabot. Stoner by John Williams is about. Option B, The Quiet Struggle of an English Professor. Stoner by John Williams is a poison story about the quiet, uneventful life on an English professor, highlighting his internal struggle and dedication to his students. Who wrote Moo, a satire on a large Midwestern university? Option B. Jane Smiley. Which novel explores academic hypocrisy and gender discrimination? Option B. Zadie Smith. On Beauty explores issues of race, class, and gender discrimination in academia, particularly through the lens of a professor's life. Disgraced by James Corgi is set in which country? Option B. South Africa. Deals with themes of academic power and gender. Which novel critiques corporate influence in universities? Option A. Nice Work by David Lodge. In Lucky Jim, what subject does Jim Dixon Tech teach? Option B. Medieval History. In Lucky Jim, John Dixon teaches medieval history at a university in England, and the novel focuses on his struggles within the academic system. Which novel focuses on the intersection of academia and the corporate world? Option A. Nice Work by David Lodge. Who wrote I Am Charlotte Simmons, a novel about campus culture? Option A. Tom Wolfe. Examines the pressures faced by a young female student at a prestigious university. Which novel depicts a female professor struggling with sexism in academia? Option D. Nice Work, David Lodge. The female protagonist in Nice Work struggles with sexism within academia, especially in her dealings with her male colleagues. In Nice Work, what is the protagonist profession? Option B. A university professor. In Nice Work, the protagonist Robin Penrose is a university professor who faces the challenges of balancing academia with the corporate world. The Rules of Attraction by Bret Easton Ellis explores. Option A, student life and relationship in a liberal art college. The Rules of Attraction by Bret Easton Ellis explores the hedonistic culture and the complex relationship of students at an American liberal art college. Who wrote Death in a Tenured Position, a feminist campus misery novel? Option A, Amanda Cross. Death is a Tenured Position by Amanda Cross is a feminist campus mystery novel that focuses on a female academic select, which novel is often labeled as academic noir. Option A, The Secret History, Donna Tratt. The Secret History is often labeled as academic noir, a genre blending suspense, intellectualism, and dark themes within the context of academia. Which novel follows an English professor who is also a falling novelist? Option B, Straight Man, Richard Russo. What is the central theme of Changing Places by David Lodge? Option A, Academic exchange and cultural differences. Changing Places by David Lodge satirizes academic exchange program and the cultural misunderstanding between British and American scholars. In a small world, which literary concept is satirized? Option C, literary conferences. Small World by David Lodge is a satire that critiques the world of literary conferences, the networking culture, and academic rivalries. Which novel is influenced by T.S. Eliot, The Wasteland? Option A, White Noise, Don DeLillo. Who wrote Dear Committee Members, a novel in epistolary form? Option A, Julie Smutcher. Which novel follows a rivalry between teens in an English department? Option A, Straight Man, Richard Russo. Which novel satirizes postmodern theory in academia? Option A, Small World by David Lodge. Small World satirizes postmodern theory in academia and the International World of Literary Theory conferences. Straight Man is considered a option A, satirical campus novel. Straight Man is a satirical novel that critiques the world of academia, focusing on the absurdities of and power dynamics within a university English department. The world of academia has long been a fascinating subject for literature, giving rise to university novel, academic novel, and campus novel. These novels offer a satirical, realistic, or philosophical portrayal of life in universities, colleges, and schools, exploring the interaction between professor, students, and administration. They delve into faculty rivalries, students' experience, intellectual debates, and the challenges of academic life, often reflecting broader social and political issues. While university novel focus on life within universities, academic novel explored scholarly research, literary studies, and intellectual pursuit. Campus novel, a broader category, cover both faculty and student experiences within academic setting. These novels often use humor, satire, and critical analysis to comment on power structure, gender roles, bureaucracy, and commercialization of education. These will explore the theme, measure work, key authors, and relevance of these novels for all examination. Understanding these novels helps the grasping or the satirical, social, and intellectual dynamics of higher education, making them an essential part of literary studies and all competitive exams. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Stay tuned for more informative content and make sure to hit the bell icon. Never miss an update. See you in the next video. Thanks to all. Thank you.